212, it's done. It's trash. This thing, we're mounting the second motor mount, but it's too close to this wheel that is completely destroyed. Why is this wheel? It goes like this. That is not right.
They're not precision pieces.
The whole thing isn't precision. This sprocket's bent. I think the whole frame's bent too. Because when you put it on flat ground, the front right is off the ground. We have to move it over because it'll hit this. We're gonna make a gusset here so it doesn't just destroy itself. We're going to completely re-engineer the throttle, right?
We'll have to.
Or we could just.
We'll have to make it work.
We could just have two cables going to one rod. We just duplicate this. We have to move these. Some sketchy welds, which is fine by me. This tire that doesn't hold air, but I didn't want to spend like $30 on a new tire. So this is what we're using. I think that's all we have going on. Alrighty, so we're cutting this piece to extend the old motor mount out so it doesn't hit the completely out of whack wheel that is not even balanced or the bearings are shot. Alrighty, we got it. The motor mount plate extended. It's not the prettiest welds, but you know, it'll do. We're about to get ready to weld it to here, and then we're gonna have to make gussets underneath so the whole thing doesn't flex and snap in half and kill me.
And it's gonna go basically straight across there.
Oh, so it's just like that thing over there.
Boom, yeah.
Yeah, the more I look at this, the more I realize whoever made this, like, definitely, look at these welds right here.
Yes.
That's like I cranked the welder up to 10 and just.
Well,
you can't weld, yeah. Yeah. And then my favorite part of the weld of this little support beam. It's threaded. It's literally threaded. It's just like galvanized pipe. We've got the motors just mocked up. Ooh. And it is ludicrous. Oh, this is we're gonna have two of these. We put little baffles in there. And so it's basically like a chambered muffler, like a magnifier or a Flowmaster. But it's tiny. But this thing looks so ludicrous. I mean, my favorite part is we didn't even fix like any of the other problems. Like this, we're gonna try to weld that even though it's just aluminum. This wheel is completely bent. This tire goes flat after about 10 minutes. We never smoothed any of these. Well, nobody cares. I don't care about any of this. How it's just not good, and how the whole frame is bent because that is sick. So we got this all gusseted up. We're about to cut this. We're using this as a mock-up. It's obviously nowhere near what we need. We got that over here making a template for the new gussets so the whole frame doesn't snap in half when we put 17 horsepower of
we don't want to
brute force
more
fury. Alrighty, so we got this whole thing gusseted up. We put this mounted on here. I obviously didn't do the welding. I'm a terrible welder. But we got these up in here. Not the prettiest, but we don't really care. We just want to make sure nothing shifts around. Right now, we're getting another gusset. It's going to go to here. And we're probably going to put another one of these on this side. So it's basically going to be identical. So we're just talking, and it's like, are we over-engineering this? Because we're filling all this stuff up with gussets and we're grinding and hacking. We could just like back half it from here and just get a live axle kit, but that would be apparently it's just too much. Did you bring it that far back, or?
I'm just trying to make sure I got enough clean here.
Oh yeah, I think I did. I mean a little more on the bottom. Yeah. I don't really care if this is strong, if this is weaker than this, or this is weaker than this. I just want whatever's strongest so the whole thing doesn't.
Okay. I mean, in theory, I guess putting it here isn't going to make it any stronger than putting it here, really.
Okay, then put it like.
But if
back.
you still wanted to put covers over the end here,
I don't really.
Of some sort.
I don't care about the covers.
Okay. I mean, to me,
that's fine right there. I don't really care. I just want it I want it farther back, more back than front.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. All right. So what I'm trying to do right now, I'm just looking through like just all this scrap. I'm trying to find thin sheet steel. That didn't take long. For a front splitter. It's gonna look kind of stupid, but then again, so does just nothing on the front of it. This is not gonna go anywhere. There is so much gusseting. I don't. And just we just destroyed this little chassis. It's if experiment's a word you could use for it, definitely. We got a clutch. It is the cheapest 35 chain 12 tooth centrifugal clutch I could find on Amazon. It was $20. That's with shipping. So that was, you know, a good financial investment. Where are we gonna mount like the whole thing for the throttle? Probably like back here or something.
Well, the throttle connects there.
Yeah,
it's
but
gotta come back, and it's got to come up to the. It's got to come up to the motor.
Motors, yeah, both of them, which is gonna be a trip.
Right. So here's the.
That's not. I don't think that's even enough to return spring to just. Or is that? Do you think that's enough to return spring for?
Probably not, but that's why a lot of the cables have a little return spring deal on them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if we go 1.5 inches or say.
And you're not concerned how it's like tweaked?
No, well my point is once if I cut this open, measure the inside of the tube, we put the wheels and tires on with the axle, and I get some bearings to go in the end of these tubes.
Yeah.
So this axle will keep that in line, and we can kind of prop this. And what I'm thinking about doing is pushing this straight and going here with a couple of shorty pieces, you know, to keep those axles from.
Whoa. There's gonna be a sprocket there. Or are you talking like right here and here?
Yeah, right here and here.
Ah. So we are working on throttle right now, and we're just trying to figure out. We're gonna use this somehow. We're implementing this somehow because we're trying to figure out this throttle. And what we're thinking about doing, because we're gonna get a new exhaust for this anyway. It's just the worst exhaust muffler I've ever seen on a small engine, and so that'll be easier to access this too. And we're thinking about putting a bracket and starting the cables either like here or here, because the cables, they're not long enough. I'm pretty sure they're just like lawnmower cables that we just found. So that's, you know, always reassuring, but here they are. This one's too short. So these are the ones we're using. Like this one, that's a throttle cable. It says throttle on it, so I trust it. We got the clutches mounted up. This is the one that was on the old motor. See how it's just like, just terrible. And we put the new one on because newer motor, better motor, better clutch, Papa John's. All right, so right now what we're trying to do is we're figuring out throttle stuff, and we don't have the stuff to get all the way back. So we're gonna mount cables here, right? We're mounting cables over yonder, and you're looking for something that's the right diameter because we don't have anything like case it over.
This is gonna go back to here, and then we're gonna mount the cables here, and then over back to here.
Over to yonder.
Probably use one of these, and we have to get one of these assemblies for over here.
Where did that mount?
I don't know. That's what I'm gonna look.
We gotta take this off because this is really restrictive.
I will.